So this is the part 2 now of the Merc sound system upgrade. Well, not really upgrade, but sound system install. And now I'm gonna show you how I removed all them panels and stuff like that and whatever. So enjoy the video. Right, a little bit more had to come out, as you could see in the time lapse. But basically, right, the power cable went in under there, all in factory, basically in factory places on the plastics, and then it runs along there, loops over, and goes behind the panel and comes out just there. And how to remove this side piece? Right, so for the starters, you need to remove the back seat, the bottom of the back seat. Then you need to remove this part here, which goes over the top. So it basically slots in there like that. It's literally all on clips. You just need to start unclipping, pop, pop, pop. It all pops off, and that's what your speaker looks like underneath there. In the Burmeister, you have just you've got tweeter and the speaker. On the Fact, just the basic one, you only have speaker in the back there. Then you will have two bolts in there, which are T30s. You need to unscrew them out, and you need to undo this piece as well. There is a bolt that goes just on the bottom there, right there. That's where it is, the screw. You undo that. That's a T25 or T20. I took it out with a T20, but T25 does as well, I think there was. And then basically how this part sits, it basically just like, that's how it sits there, screw down there. So what you do is you just kind of lift it up and then twist, and it comes out. And then basically you can just pull this whole rest of the panel off, as it's all literally just on plastic clips all the way around. I'm going to show you what it looks like from the inside. And from the inside, see, this part is only just on clips all the way around, and from here, that's all you've got. You might have to remove these clips once you've removed the part, because this just normally slides on, and for some reason these popped off like that. But I'm going to remove them, and these are all little speakers and whatnot. That's what you have from the factory. So that's how you remove the side panel on a coupe. The 4-door saloon obviously will be different. This is literally about the coupe, how to do things. And like I said, I removed them 2 pins and slit this whole thing out. So the customer specifically specified that he didn't want to cut anything like on the panels or anything, so I am not doing that. And really now the next step is for me to make this panel to sit this amplifier in. Supposedly, no, I don't want to put it in there. No, I'm going to put it on the side. I'm just going to use some legs to prop the board so it doesn't go inside there. But other than that, we'll screw the amp down. I'm going to check what's this bolt is for, so don't undo something that doesn't need to be undone. Like in a transmission, automatic transmissions, you undo one bolt and the third gear pops out. I think it is in a Mazda Miata or something like that. But yeah, that's basically the wiring is all run. Only last one thing that I'm gonna have to run from the back to the front is from the front to the back again, is the bass control remote for the amplifier, so you can turn it up and down depending how much bass you want it and whatnot. So that is going to be the last bit of cabling that I need to run, but that is going to be quite easy. Power is really the most challenging part, because it's such a thick cable what I'm installing. It's like 2 gauge, 40mm square. That needs to be run correctly and whatnot. But other than that, this is it. The next part now, we'll jump onto the, I'm gonna set the table, I'm gonna measure out the square, what I need for there to go to sit in, and basically we'll put that in there, mount the amp, mount the sort of the cables out and whatnot, and then basically I can put all of that back into the place where it was, because I don't need to, I'm not going to need to do anything about that anymore. And then once all that wired in, we'll start to build the box and make a design, build the box and making it all nice and lovely, and then finish this build. So right, I'm gonna go measure the measurements, and I'm gonna put you back on a time lapse, and I'm gonna cut that. To be fair, I'm not really gonna put you on a time lapse, no, I'm just gonna measure it out, see what the size it is, and then cut the bit out, and I'll show you what I did for the legs and stuff like that. I don't know, I'll see how I feel. I might put you on a time lapse, it's gonna be a surprise basically. So yeah, but I'm gonna do that and I'll be back in a second. Right then, I've decided I'm not gonna show you the time lapse. I'm gonna do a bit talking, because you'll have plenty of time lapses when I'm gonna be doing cutting the box out and whatnot. So, what do we have in here now? It's a bit dodgy like that. So, just try and test fit this stuff. So this fits all perfectly fine. I'll put this away now, and I've cut the bit of wood. Jesus Christ, that's some right there we go. So I've cut the bit of MDF board that will sit there and act as a basically as the base for the amp. And to be fair, I don't really even need to do anything about the legs, because I can literally put all my weight in there just about, then it doesn't move anywhere. So it's like I don't need to put no legs, no nothing, and it's going to be more movable, maneuverable when it comes to removing it or whatnot. So basically, as you can see, I've got already power cable grounding. I'm going to pop this all off. That bolt is literally there made for me to put the ground in, and it just works out really cool. So basically this is our ground. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cable tie it there, tape all that up, tape this up so they're not like really in your eye sort of stuff, if you know what I mean, and tape it up about, I don't know, halfway there. The rest is just gonna stay lying in the bottom of here. And basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that back in now. I'm gonna mark where this all going. So this is gonna go in there, and then it just slots in like that. Perfectly nice and lovely, nice and snug. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put the amp on roughly about here somewhere, and what I will do is I will mark where the holes are for the power. So basically I'm gonna drill a big hole out in here, taper it all out, and drill a hole in here for the cables to go back in for the subs, and then it's just gonna go up alongside, come out there, and then connect to the subwoofer. And here I'm gonna drill a hole in here for the RCAs to plug in, and drill a hole in here for the bass remote to plug in. And then basically carpet it all in black, slot it in, we'll bring the cables up, slot them in, and that's it. The rest of the cable will be on the bottom. There's not going to be that much of it, and you will be able to lift it up or whatever if you would ever want to get inside there. And since I've got a bit of a cable extension there, it's all going to be nice and lovely. I'm not going to be cable tying anything on the bottom there because it's completely pointless. And yeah, so that's the plan for this. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of the bass remote, how it went in, how did it all go. So the bass, the customer specifically specified that he doesn't want to cut anything. So when he removes it, there's no holes and everything. So the bass remote is going to be added here, and there's going to be a little bit of cable in there, unfortunately, because I can't really put it away anyway. I'm going to try to do my best, kind of maybe put it to a side or something like that. But this is going to just taped up. He said if it does come off, I'm just going to reattach it. He's not bothered about that as long as I don't drill into anything. So how did I get it inside there? So how you would probably, I had to remove all this part in here and whatnot. To remove this, it is so simple. What you do is you open this, you pop these sides off, and then basically lift it a little bit up, then press the button, and then you can pop this whole piece out, and then you've got T2, T20 bolts on either side. You remove them, and then you just pop this whole thing out. This whole thing just slides out, and that's it. And then I just fed it in through where I need to. Cable went alongside there and there, again in the factory trunking all the way along exactly where the power went and everything where I was showing you before. And that's it. That's the whole story. So all the cables from the front to the back are already in here. Everything is in here. So all I have to do now is I'm gonna go around the edge of this wood, carpeted black. Basically drill the holes. I'm gonna mount it down, drill the holes where they need to be, and then I'm gonna just bring the cables and attach them to the amplifier. Basically pin them down with some wire things, what we call them, don't know what they actually call, like clamps, stuff like that, and screw them down to the board. And that's it, really. That's the power side is already all done. So then we'll proceed and build the box. Really, that's all I'm gonna have to. I've got left to do. So yeah, well basically I'm not going to be filming that route and stuff and part like that. Like I said, you've got so much to see on the box as well, so it's going to be like probably 4 or 5 thingy video. But yeah, never mind. I'm gonna go and do what I need to do, and I'll show you basically the finished result. Well peeps, several hours have gone past. I've eventually managed to finish what I was hoping to finish in one day, but it nearly took me 2 days. So that's what the finished product looks like. All them cables along the side all been taped up all nicely. Amp, everything is in, it's all nicely hoovered. That's what it looks on there. Shine a light. But yeah, that's the finished product. ESX in the Merc. Now I'm gonna put you some time lapse, and I'm gonna put nearly everything back. That panel, rear seats, got a little more cushion, front seat not fastened in yet properly because I want to make sure that amp lights up. Amp's working, everything is working. I'm gonna chuck one of my subs inside there just for the time being, just so I can test it out, make sure that everything works fine. And basically, yeah, so I'm gonna put that in, clean that up a little bit. Obviously, I've stood it in by an accident, so just quickly hoover that up and basically try it, make sure everything works, everything sounds good as it should be. And I'm gonna turn this car around, basically put the carpet back in, everything back in, all the plastics back in, foot kicks, foot fells, whatnot, blah blah blah. And yeah, then we'll turn the car around and we'll start doing the boot, the subwoofer box for that 12, so it can fit in there on that slope and everything. I really hope I can manage it finished all off because I've only kind of got one day to do left to work on, so I need to get busy. So time lapse time.
Big moves, I'm that dude. Bet I see you from the top, yeah, real soon. Looking down on the haters that I've been through. Told them I'll see you later, yeah, big truth. I keep a real good pace. Built a big house, damn, look at that place. Up in my mind, cause that's my space. House so big, full of positive things. And I can't be shook, cause I ain't no rook, man, I wrote the book. Now I teach how to cook them beats like, look, making these look good. I just want trophies, plaques with a whole goal if you know me. Gotta go record on the wall, look closely. Got that record all alone, like lonely. I'm just sick of waiting cause I feel it's frustrating when I always put the hours in. But ain't nobody wanna recognize independence, it threatens their continent. So I chase that bag, trophies are dope but I'd rather have cash. Sitting in the bank cause I paid my tax. Living my life, my way, my path, I go. Move fast, anyone who ain't hitting full gas. Who that, choose that, hard work, that wins, true facts. I'ma go big, grind hard, throw a few jabs. Big hook next to the dome, knock her straight back down to the floor. Anyone in my way smacked, I don't take bad thoughts, no, I remove that. My team got good minds, I can prove that.
I got these dreams that I've been chasing. I got some things I've been upgrading. No one can stop me from this craving. Chasing. I got these dreams that I've been chasing. I've got some things
Boom, boom, boom. It works. It works absolutely better. So now, unfortunately, I can't play no music really. Because I'm gonna get muted, but I'm gonna get some tracks for when I finish my build. So, and I will actually let you compare. This one, 600 watt RMS sub, sounds pretty damn good anyways. The amp is turned halfway up. It slaps as it should, probably doesn't even need any more. So I would say 600 watt RMS is really all you need with a factory Burmeister system. But I'm putting the 1000 and now I need to make the box. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to turn this car around. I'm going to obviously finish fitting the carpet and all the bits and bobs, all these plastics what I've took out before. So that is all really complete now. I can put everything together, blah blah blah. Now I can concentrate on the boot build. So I'm going to go and do that, and obviously I'll give you an update on the box build. So she's showing me her lovely cheeks now. I've said before that I am going to be doing a ported box, but the plans have changed due to the size, the space and stuff like that. So what I am going to be doing now, I am actually fitting a sealed box, because when I did actually the proper calculations and the sizes of the where I can stretch it out, where I need to put it in and stuff like that, it works out that the overall box size wasn't over 4 2 cubes. it is actually below 2 cubes. See, when you actually start getting into things properly, you start finding that there is some things in the way that you kind of go around, and that's reducing the box volume and whatnot and blah blah blah. So basically now I am going for sealed, but a little bit oversized than what is normally you would do, because normally you would go for like 1.2 cubes or something like that. My box is going to be, after the bracings and subwoofer displacement and stuff like that, it's going to be around 1.6 cubes, which is a little bit bigger than what you would expect to. But what that means, the box will be able to drop quite low and deliver that nice rumble overall bass. And another thing, what is the benefit of the sealed boxes, is that the bass is like overall, instead of spiking a lot at 32 or whatever you tune it to and then like rolling down. So you might won't be like SPL show, but it will be more sound quality than anything else. So this will deliver, due to its cone area and X-Max and stuff like that, it will deliver quite low notes in the sealed box. It's like my BMW, I have 412s and the orange sealed, and I can play freaking 18 hertz in there, and that thing just drops. And that was with 400 watt RMS subs. Now I'm putting 1K subs, so I can imagine what it's going to be then, pardon me. So basically what it is, the measurements of the boot, the main box, this part here, not this. This is like 35, so it's gonna fit this sub literally perfectly from bottom to the top, because I can't go past that place space there. So basically from the top bottom to the top, and because the customer still wants to open this compartment, I can't go past really that point there. So from there to there it is 30 centimeters. So I'm gonna curve this down and then basically cut it off whatever I need to be cut off, and then the top part is going to be 30 centimeters flat to the seats. Obviously seats are on an angle, but the box is going to be flat, because that the thingy attachment for the sub will be just over there somewhere, that power cable that you see there. So yeah, that's what it is. And then the height is going to be 31.1 in there, so it's going to slot in, it's going to go past a little bit in there with all the carpet and whatnot. It's going to be literally just perfect snug fit inside there, and it's going to be lush. And then obviously the front will come down, and it's going to be big 12 booming like hell. And obviously there's going to be some side to side, there's going to be openings there so the bass can escape back on itself, which will make it even better. So yes, the sealed is the way forward at the moment in this section. If I could bring the box up to here, I could have went bought it, but unfortunately due to the sizes and stuff like that and the requirements, we will have to go sealed, and she will be slapping hard without a doubt. So basically what I need to achieve now is, so I need to cut out, it's not the right actually measurement, 67, it's 73. Come on, stupid pen doesn't want thinking, but whatever. So I'm gonna cut out a bit of ply, 73 centimeters wide, and basically measure off where I need to start to curve it. So let's say from about there, there's going to be about what, 10 centimeters where it is. Yeah, something roughly about. So after 10 centimeters, I'm going to cut about 15, so 15, about 20 centimeters of curvature there. You will see what I mean. I will be just really cutting MDF, not all the way through, but literally enough for it to hold its structure. But if you know, if I would say, so basically if you cut this, you don't cut the very end, very last of the piece. So you cut like just to the end, but not all the way through. And then you will be able to curve the wood around like that, which would be perfect when I make a double baffle, strengthen it all up, whatnot. Everything is going to be lush and nice and strong. Subs on the top, we'll brace it inside, and boom. So now you all are going on a time lapse, and I'm going to get down and dirty and getting dust all over me and stuff like that, and I'm going to cut some wood. And another thing, unfortunately, this is the end of the episode 2. As hard as I can say, I'm ready to cut. So the next episode is going to start off with me cutting. So thanks a lot for watching, and I will catch us in episode 3.